Hi guys, it's Chris at Cork and Crown. Welcome back to my cider shed for some more cider to try. And in the last film we tried some of the new stuff, 2020 stuff coming out of Butford Organic. So Martin Harris, we tried the Yarlington Mill, and I was very effusive in my compliments about that because I thought it was delicious, absolutely superb, just great cider. We're going on to another single varietal now, one that's less known as a vintage, less known as a single varietal. I have had it as a single varietal before. I think from Seven Cider actually is the one that I can remember. Probably other places as well. I don't remember having one from Ross and Y, and they do a lot of single varietals. I might be wrong, don't recall it. What is this cider, Chris, that you're talking about? What is this single varietal, Chris? Tell us. Okay, I'll tell you. It's Brown Snout. Brown Snout, great name. Called that because it's kind of russety around the eye and the top of the apple to look a bit like a brown snout. I think it originates from Herefordshire. Not a vintage, not classed as a vintage like the Yarlington Mill is. So not held in such high esteem, but it's a bittersweet as well. Not too astringent, you know. So let's see what can be done with Brown Snout in the hands of a brilliant cider maker who is fully organic. Fully organic, once again, natural wine. I assume this is pet nat. I assume it is. I wasn't sure with the Yarlington Mill, but pretty much, you know, with Martin, it's all basically pet nat. I don't think he forced carbonates at all. You might dose. I'm not sure. But the bubbles were so fine. It was definitely bottle conditioned. Absolutely was. And you've seen the same for this one. What does it say on the bottle? Organic ingredients, freshly pressed apple juice. That's all he puts in it. This is a natural wine, as I stated in the last episode. Harvest, milled and pressed in November 2020. Now a naturally sparkling cider. Drink chilled and open carefully. So naturally sparkling cider. So yeah. So it will be bottled pet nat. And then it'll go fizzy as it finishes fermentation in the bottle. This came today in a box. And literally, I was only going to try one tonight, but I just drank that. I was like, sod it, I'm going to open another one. So I'm doing two films, but basically one after the other. So it might have been shaken up a bit. So let's just be careful. But anyway, bottle opener, bottle. Let's go. Smoking gun. Oh, that's not too fizzy at all, actually. I mean, it's definitely fizzy because look, you can see the gas coming out of there. That is a sparkling cider, no doubt. I haven't had a chance to rinse off my glass, but it'll be fine. Let's pour this out and give it a whirl. Once again, awesome colour. Just awesome colour. Jesus, look at that. And nice bubbles as well. Not quite as moussey as the Yarlington Mill bubbles, but still. I mean, that is glowing. Holy moly. Look at that. I think that's even darker than the Yarlington Mill. That's a brilliant colour. I mean, it's amber, gold, sort of marmalade. It's just fab. Unfiltered, of course, so you can't see through it whatsoever. Look like quite gentle bubbles as well, but natural, so it'll be quite fine bubbles. That looks beautiful, doesn't it? Absolutely beautiful. It's just a fab colour, that. It's just awesome. I think it looks better in real life than it does on the picture, actually. So, yeah. So I wish you were here. Let's smell it. Much more delicate nose than the Yarlington Mill. Much more delicate. Hints of a similar thing, though. Hints of a similar thing. I'm getting sort of a citrusy, pithy element to it. I'm getting a bit of, I mean, really ripe cider apple, aged sort of cider apple, and not getting quite so much of a hint of like acidity on the nose that I got with the Yarlington Mill. Oh, actually, and there's like a lemon tart character coming through, like a tarte citron kind of thing. Lemon tart, you know, tarte citron. That's just lemon tart in French, isn't it? Lemon tart. What a ponce. Okay. Yeah, there is. Makes you think of lemon tart. Oh, I flipping love lemon tart. I really do. All right, let's try it. The mousse is still delicious. Not quite as fine, not quite as fizzy as Yarlington Mill, but still perfectly fizzy. Very satisfying. So this said it's dry. I don't know if it's because of the fruit character, but there's a suggestion of the merest hint of residual sugar. Just a tiny, tiny bit. And I don't have a problem with that. There's also a hint of sort of like short crust pastry about it as well, which I really like. I really like. Oh wow, yeah. The stringency, not aggressive, but it's there. This feels a little bit more delicate. Feels like a little bit of residual sugar. It's reminding me a little bit of like French cider, the French keep cider. But it's just off dry, that, I think. Again, it's not such an intense apple character, but what's there is beautiful. It really is. I don't know which one I like more. This one, because of that tiny element of off dry. I have a sweet tooth. I can't help it. It's just who I am. This is not a sweet cider by any stretch of the imagination. But I've just had it after a proper dry cider. So any sugar that's in there is going to be more apparent, you know. But not as beefy, not as in your face, not quite as dry, but it's still got that apple character, but it's much more delicate. And then the palate, that hint of kind of lemon tart, the pastry as well. It's there. It's absolutely there, and I really appreciate it. I really like it. Yeah, I think the Yarlington Mill is a sipper, and one bottle of that would be enough. Not because I don't like it, just because it's big. You know, you don't need too much of it. This, slightly lighter, slightly more delicate. It's a hair of residual sugar in it, makes it much more quaffable. So you could bang through this for quite a rate, I reckon. But what's the ABV on this? So the Yarlington Mill, which felt bigger and stronger, was 6.6%, which isn't small by like low ABV by any stretch of imagination. This guy, which feels lighter, more delicate, more quaffable, 7.2. So beware, folks. Beware. Well, wonderful, yeah. Yeah, lemon tart. Again, got it. It's to me, it's absolutely obvious, and I love it. Almost like the kind of sherbety kind of character as well, which I really like. That is fab as well. It's fab. I absolutely love it. It's absolutely delicious. I could drink a shed load of that and then have to be taken to the hospital in ambulance because it's 7.2%. But you know what? I'd die happy. If that's how I was going to go, by binging on Butford Organic Brown Snout, then yeah, there's worse ways to go than that, folks. I don't intend to do that. I have a wife and kids. But, you know. Anyway, whatever. Oh yes, we like both of them. We like both of them so far. If the rest of them are as good as this, we're in for a treat. We're absolutely in for a treat. So yeah, join me again as we continue our tasting of Butford Organics 2020 releases. There's still, I think, like 4 or 5 more to go. So yeah, and there's Perry as well. So, thank you for joining me in my shed. I hope you join me again. But until that time, cheers.